Prepare for takeoff because the party is non-stop when the trio of Nick Zander, Mondo Rocks, and Robbie Litt dive headfirst into Big Valley Wrestling. Fan favorites here, Soul Plane actually competed and were victorious in the main event of the inaugural Clash at Cadence against one of their opponents tonight in the form of Frescomattic. Tonight, Fresco has two very different partners. They're meaner, they're badder, bigger. And not only that, but it is elimination rules. Not one fall to a finish like it was last time. Which means, fans, of course, it'll be down to Nick Zander, or Mondo Rocks, or Robbie Litt. 2 against 3, 1 against 3, 2 against 2. The possibilities are endless, as if it's not chaotic and unpredictable enough. In your average Soul Plane match, it has just been taken to the next level. Tag Team Championship gold around the waist of Sky High, Litt, and Rocks. Of course, that is the blue hair on Mondo Rocks, the red hair on Robbie Litt. Nick Zander, he's always switching up his hair. God knows what he's rocking from show to show. But he is always styling. He told me once, he said, the heartbeat of professional wrestling is often mocked. It's often turned into something it's not, turned into this kitschy catchphrase or nickname. But what it really means is that he is the lifeblood of Las Vegas. He lives and breathes Sin City wrestling, and I think that has never been more on display than when he's beside Rocks and Litt.
The team of Sergeant Ryan James and Frank the Tank, they are Bootcamp.
Of course, this is not the first time we've seen Frank the Tank interjecting himself in the Las Vegas title match earlier on tonight, nearly costing Papiase the championship and ultimately resulting in a disqualification for that matchup. Fighting champion, Sergeant Ryan James by his side. Every good sergeant needs a tank, and Frank is about as big as they come. But even he seems a little intimidated by these young fans at ringside. And with how they've been aiding and abetting chops tonight, I can hardly blame them. Nick Zander and Papiase actually faced off against Sky High in trios tag team action back at Anime Slam. Frescomattic, Frank also included in that matchup. But tonight it's all about trios. It's one thing to wrestle a traditional tag team match. Hell, it's one thing to wrestle a three-way tag team match. But when it's 3 against 3, especially elimination rules, everything's thrown out the window. And you see the gold of one Sergeant Ryan James. Two big men in very, very, very different ways. James is tall, Tank is wide. Either way, they can hurt you very, very badly. No shortage of confidence from Sergeant Ryan James here, fans. And of course, their tag team partner is a history maker here in Big Valley Wrestling, lest we forget.
He is the Big Valley Wrestling heavyweight champion, the City Kingpin, representing once perfection, Frescomattic.
Entering the cinematic universe of the longest reigning heavyweight champion in Big Valley Wrestling history, Frescomattic's reign of terror has held an iron will over this promotion for over 400 days. Last match of his I called, he was victorious against Ash Ketchum. And no, that's not a slip on my part. You're not losing your mind, fans. Be sure to check out Anime Slam because Frescomattic squeezed by with the skin of his teeth, I might add. Kid's a fighter against the Pokemon master himself. But tonight, not trying to catch anything except victories in these hands. Trying to have soul play catch these hands. You guys know what I'm getting at. Point is, Frescomattic incredibly dominant, even more so with Ryan James and Frank the Tank by his side. Lights Camera faction have recently gone elite, so to speak. Making towns, making names, but always coming home here to Big Valley Wrestling. Of course, no championships on the line in this matchup. But you gotta think if someone were able to score a pinfall in a submission against Frescomattic, that would put them well in line, well in contention for a future championship shot. Yes, Cadence, tell us how you really feel. Lights, Camera faction, indeed, lighting the wrestling world ablaze, but it is Soul Plane hoping to snuff that light out. Once again, the championship gold of Sky High and Sergeant Ryan James also not up for grabs. It is sheerly bragging rights. At least on Soul Plane's behalf, the pride of Cadence. That's very interesting to me. It seems as if heavyweight champion Frescomattic should be starting things off against Nick Zander. I thought the champion might think that he was above this. I thought he might send one of his heavies, one of his mercenaries, in James or Tank. Facing off against the heartbeat. Certainly not the first time we've seen this in Big Valley Wrestling. And if Nick Zander has it his way, it will not be the last. He's made it very clear he wants that heavyweight championship. Referee Cody checking with both men and sounding for the bell. This one is underway. Our Trios Elimination main event here at Clash at Cadence. Fresco trying to snuff out the heartbeat, but it is easier said than done, especially with such a jam-packed audience as we have on hand tonight. What a fire from Nick Zander in the early going. What a big clothesline when Frescomattic takes him down. Summon a mud hole in Nick Zander is Frescomattic. Got him up. Oh, Nick Zander able to land on the apron, able to evade. Very wise on behalf of Nick Zander. Springboards directly into the Nelson of one Frescomattic. Fresco almost stealing one on Zander. How momentous would that be if either Zander or Frescomattic were eliminated in the first minute of this contest? Basement dropkick from Zander. As Fresco by the legs, maybe looking for a submission, a leg lock of sorts, but Frescomattic wildly rolling to his corner, tagging in the big man, and in comes Robbie Litt. It's that old biblical story, David and Goliath. It's feeling mighty apropos right about now, wrestling fans. Robbie Litt, of course, has to try and use his quickness, his agility, to evade the brute force of Frank the Tank. Frank going for the collar and elbow tie-up, but Robbie Litt, much wiser than that. Perhaps trying to tick the big man. I mean, he definitely is ticking the big man off, make no mistake about it, but I'm not sure if it's strategic or just a hazard of the job. Once again, duck shots to the back, barely phases Frank here. Frank the Tank went for the line, tries to go under, but gets caught up in the rope. He is just too big. As much as that mask can help, occasionally it can hurt. Robbie Litt back in the ring. So agile. Before Frank can even make it back to his feet, Robbie Litt is back in the ring. In comes Sergeant Ryan James, but a nice arm drag by Robbie Litt neutralizes the Sergeant. In comes Mondo Rocks. Of course, when they're not teaming with Nick Zander, Sky High, Rocks, and Litt, a very formidable tag team in their own right, as that axe handle shows. And it's Mondo Rocks sticking on the arm. I always used to differentiate it as Mondo Rocks and Robbie Litt are a great tag team in their own right, but when they're with Nick Zander, they are truly excellent. And you're seeing that cohesion come into play. Crossbody off the distraction, lateral press, but only a 1 count. Fans firmly behind Robbie. Frequent tags, the name of the game, again. Soul Plane comes out to play once in a great while. Cover here. But Sky High are making towns every single weekend. They are a fluid tag team, are Rocks and Litt. You don't get championship gold around your waist for no reason. You don't save Christmas for no reason. Lest we forget, Noel, as we know it, the holiday season would be all for naught. If not for Mondo Rocks and Robbie Litt, the former of which on the top rope, blockbuster. Beautiful precision, takes down Ryan James. Cover here, only a 2. To be honest, I'm a little shocked at how Sergeant Ryan James is being dominated by Sky High, and as soon as I say it, a headbutt neutralizes Rocks. Going for the cover, Nick Zander fingertips away. Rocks up and over. Ducks the line once again. Super kick, missile drop kick there to one Frank the Tank. But it was all the distraction Ryan James needed to turn the momentum in their favor. And come on, what is this? Crotch on the ring post. Mondo Rocks is not having little pilots anytime soon. Ryan James into the cover leg hooks. Got a 2. Look at the sick smile on Ryan James. He gets his kicks off of this, fans, I'm telling you. Elbow drop directly into the heart of Sky High, and indeed you can hear the hearts of the Henderson, Nevada faithful breaking. In comes Frank the Tank. More than hearts might be breaking soon. Headbutt lands the mark. Mondo Rocks is in the wrong part of town, getting systematically dissected by Frescomattic, Ryan James, and Frank the Tank here. Headbutt there from Frank the Tank. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Tags James back in. Of course, these two frequently seen tagging with each other. And of course, Frescomattic comes back in now to pick the bones. Now that Mondo Rocks has just been decimated by his 2 mercenaries here. His 2 heavies for all intents and purposes. Just ragdolling him around. Limp body. Hammer and anvil, elbows land the mark, and now cinching in that shin lock is Frescomattic. Nick Zander trying to administer words of encouragement to Mondo Rocks. I mean, spirit and tenacity will only get you so far when the heavyweight champion is wrenching your neck. Rocks making his way up to his feet, but a singular shot to the gut brings him right back down where he came. Whip back into the corner. Rocks able to get a couple of shots in on Frank and James. This is what he needs. Ducks the scissor kick. In comes Robbie Litt. In comes Ryan James, the two fresh men. Trey Dukes, but a cheap shot from Frescomattic evaded by Robbie Litt. Ducks the line, does Robbie Litt into a beautiful picture-perfect drop kick, and he's not done. Slams him down. Did you see the distance? Heavyweight Robbie Litt here, my goodness. Spinning uppercut. And Robbie Litt like a house of fire. It seems as if one half of the titular tag team looking to go sky high. Fresco and James don't even see it coming. It is Mondo Rocks, excuse me, with the assist from Litt. Sky High keeps you guessing. I probably called dozens of their matches at this point, and even I can't see some of the offense coming. Using their opposition as weapons against each other, and then stereo firemen's carry onto that apron as Nick Zander takes high to the sky. Nick Zander has barely seen action in this contest. He is raring and ready to go. The fans are loving it, but he has got to be careful that he doesn't let that excitement turn his game into a sloppy one here. Shoulder block from Frank, barely had to move to take down all three members of the opposition. Robbie Litt from behind. It's like a bug on behalf of a bull. Nick Zander up and over. Look at the elevation there. Same with Mondo, wrong part of town. Uh-oh, Robbie. T-bone suplex. And that steak's going to cost you hundreds and hundreds in a steakhouse. Did you see the elevation? We have not yet seen a single elimination, fans. A reminder that this is not a one fall to a finish contest. As Ryan James digs the boot in the face of Robbie Litt. Goes for the cover here. Romeo won. I think Ryan James knows that he's not going to pin Robbie Litt off of a move like that necessarily, but he's going to mock him, right? He's going to say, I'm so much better than you that I think off of a relatively, comparatively quaint maneuver like that, I can still get a victory. And moreover, he's going to make Robbie Litt exert energy. But talking about exerting energy, he just exerted energy off that backpack stunner. Oh, Ryan James almost with a modified spear here. Cutting the impasse before it began. Cover only a 2. Ryan James just so precise, so particular with the little intricacies of his game as he tags in the heavyweight champ. The fans rallying behind Sky High. Frescomattic having a little too much fun. Robbie Litt fighting back to his feet. The axe handle from Fresco. The heartbeat once again willing Robbie on. The champion rains fist into his face. You can almost feel the desperation on behalf of Zander here. He needs to get in this matchup. Chirping shot to the face by Fresco. Perches Robbie Litt on the top rope. We've seen this position a couple times tonight. It is a very, very dangerous place to be. Now in comes the sergeant. Perhaps trying to bring Robbie to Bootcamp. What is this looking for? Looking for a double superplex once again? But whatever it is, Robbie wants no part of it. A proverbial meeting of the minds. Cross body, and no one does it better. Robbie Litt able to take down his opposition for the moment, but he needs to make the tag. He is not in fighting shape. He has Rocks and Zander on the apron. This is detrimental. This is crucial, lest his partners go down 2 and 3. Oh, almost a cover there. Manages to roll his way to the heartbeat. Coming in hot. Super kick to the chest. Super kick to the gut. And Saguri kick. Basement cutter. Leg hooked. Sergeant James eliminated. No. Talk about the fighting spirit of Nick Zander. No matter how hard he has been hit, he will come back up faster, greater, and stronger than ever. And now he has the sergeant on his back here. Oh! Just drills the neck, butterflies the arms. Knee meet face. Neck meet canvas, twisted him around. Wow. I mean, likewise to Sky High. Fans, I've called a lot of Nick Zander matches, and I'm not sure I have ever seen him this fired up. Just what Clash at Cadence means. On the rocks, Code Redding, Robbie lit into a drop kick, depositing Ryan James, bottom turnbuckle. Taking Frank and Fresco out for good measure. It is Soul Plane, 3-on-1, stomping a mud hole in the platoon of one Sergeant Ryan James. I'm sure he crawled through a mud hole or two in his day. It's nothing new to him. Nick Zander's not done, but look at this. James, airplane spin, how apropos. Followed up with an assisted cutter cover here. And James is eliminated, the first of the matchup. That is huge for Soul Plane. Fresco and Frank now down 2-3. But honestly, Frank is as big as two people. So I think it's probably down to an even contest for the first time in this matchup, if we're really speaking realistically. And in comes the champ like a house of fire. Repeated shots to the gut. No wasted motion from Frescomattic. But Mondo Rock's not going to take it lying down. Repeated shots of his own, but cut off at the heels. Perhaps more accurately, cut off at the back by Frank. Boss Man Slam. Fresco from the top. Feeling froggy. And he will jump. Cover on Rocks. Mondo Rocks has been eliminated. The board is even, 2-2. It is a traditional tag match in some senses, where 2 men on one side, 2 men on the other, but elimination rules still apply. And you gotta think Robbie Litt, so used to teaming with Mondo Rocks. Soul Plane are becoming more and more of a regular fixture of the West Coast, but not nearly as regular as his partnership with Rocks. It's unfamiliar territory, relatively speaking, as Fresco off the top. Deposited off the fireman's carry from Frank the Tank with that drop kick. Lateral press, this could be it. Wow. Now this is bad, guys. If you're Nick Zander, this is your worst nightmare. Going at it alone in what is now essentially a handicap match against Fresco and Frank. And as if that weren't bad enough, you can't just catch him with a roll-up. Because if you eliminate Frank, you still got Fresco. Likewise, if you eliminate Fresco, you still have Frank. I have never one to doubt Nick Zander, excuse me. He has proven my doubts wrong time and time again, but this mountain might just be a little too tall to climb. But climb it he will. Clubbing blows to the back of Fresco. The heartbeat lives. It might be a murmur, but you can still hear it. Frank the Tank sending Zander into Fresco, and that's all she wrote. It's academic at this point. Fresco going for the cover. It was a valiant effort, but no! Oh my! Guys, I thought that was it. Where on earth is Nick Zander getting this from? He's going at it alone against two of the biggest, most dominant men in Big Valley Wrestling. We'll call it a fluke, call it an upset, call it what you will. Frank the Tank looking to put a stop to it right now. These shots barely having an effect on the big man. Finally, Nick Zander setting himself free against the rope, stucks the line. Satellite DDT spikes Frank on his neck. And if Nick Zander's able to come back from this, you gotta think, that would be one of the greatest comebacks in BVW history. Talk about the fighting spirit. Talk about the heart of the heartbeat. In comes Fresco. Zander went for the dropkick, but instead got caught by Frescomattic. Figure 4 leg lock cinched in. Symbolically, it's as if Frescomattic is mocking Nick Zander. They say you gotta be the man, you gotta beat the man. You're not beating the man tonight, Nick Zander. And indeed, nowhere to go. Zander gotta be careful not getting his shoulders pinned down here. He is in the center of that ring, and every inch he crawls is agony on that lower back and those legs. But crawl he will, because crawl he must, because he doesn't know anything better. He's the heartbeat. Chopping up a chest of Frescomattic, trying to turn the champ's chest into mincemeat. Finally reaches the ropes, but Fresco gonna hold on to that figure 4 for every second Cody allots to him. Frescomattic is flustered. You can tell that much, but they are still in the premier position. What is this? Frank the Tank with a chair from under the ring? As if the 2-1 advantage isn't enough. Frank needs a chair from under the ring. Give me a break. Frescomattic with his signature chain. This, of course, was the difference maker against Ash Ketchum. But look at this! Papayase! He hasn't forgotten how Lights Camera Faction spoiled his Las Vegas title match. And now, here he is to even the odds. No! Hold on, if I'm understanding this right, Frescomattic, the champion, has been disqualified. So yes, it is one-on-one. It is an even playing field. Nick Zander versus Frank the Tank, but has the damage already been done? Frank tuning up the band, mocking Zander's own heartbeat. No. Come on. After all Nick has fought through, to lose to Frank, to lose to his own beat, no! Frank caught himself. Taste of his own medicine. Zander into the cover. He did it! The upset of the century. The heartbeat will never fade. The heartbeat will never die. Because the heartbeat just outlasted impossible odds to take down Lights Camera Faction. He may not have pinned Fresco, hell, he may not be champion, but tonight, Nick Zander, Papayase, and Sky High got a much-needed measure of revenge. Soul Plane victorious against Lights Camera Faction. Fans, what a night it has been here tonight from top to bottom. Just a spectacular show for a good cause, even greater wrestling action. The ring announcer Johnny Rock, my name has been Jordan Cassel. Keep your eyes peeled for the next time you can catch Big Valley Pro Wrestling live. And until then, the Valley has done it again.